I'm very excited about any plan that's going to bring investment and also jobs to Ramsey into the north of the island. We've been talking about marina development in Ramsey for decades, and we've got a credible scheme now that's coming forward to actually provide for really quite a big development in Ramsey, which bring in a lot of new people, but also jobs for the people who live there and work for the businesses that are there. So very, very keen to see it progress and see some of the groundwork taking place.
As you say, this has been a subject that's sort of dominated ideas around the town, that as well as the pier regeneration, I suppose, for decades. What makes this plan different? What makes it more credible?
I think the people involved make it credible. They've had experience of this sort of development in the past. I think the vast majority of the people of Ramsey would like to see investment in the town. And the vast majority of people are keen on a marina development as well, to bring new businesses, new work into the town. The difference with this scheme is that it looks to put the marina not in the harbour itself, which is a working harbour, but actually out to the sea, so it can be used 24/7, so that people aren't dependent on the swing bridge and on the tides to actually get in and out. And also it gets around some of the concerns about the silting of a previous developments of marinas as well. So I think it certainly has got a lot of potential to really rejuvenate the north of the island.
As it is separated from that working harbour, are you expecting different kinds of visitors than more leisure-based yachters and things like that?
Absolutely. I think any development in Ramsey has to cater for lots of different people. We've got very much a working harbour with Mezeron there, with the fishermen there, but also local people who have boats. This will be in addition to that. It won't distract from it. It won't take away anything from the existing harbour, but it will add in extra business, particularly for our shipyards, which have had quite a bit of investment put in, but need that work. So really, Ramsey in the north of the island could become one of the centres for expertise in terms of maintaining and also repairing boats.
What it is doing, of course, is taking up a section of the beach, the sea there, which of course is all natural at the moment. So there's bound to be a bit of reaction to that. What's being done to incorporate it into that sort of natural area without being too intrusive?
Well, I think that's a very good point. What we need to do at this stage is actually publicise the plans, get local people involved in those. What it will do would change the seafront of Ramsey. Now, that seafront's always been changing from the Victorian time when we had the pier to the stone pier to actually the sea wall itself. I'm hoping that this development can add into that without taking too much away. It would be a loss of some beach, but that it would be gaining actually some seafront. It would be gaining the regeneration of the prom there, and also hopefully would kickstart some of the further developments we want to see, such as the rejuvenation of the Queen's Pier.
In terms of funding the project, it's said that 50% of it's going to be taken from the profits of the residential parts that are going to be built there, and 50% from private sector. So what actual involvement will government have?
That's a very good question. At this stage, I think that government have always been a bit wary of getting involved with big marina developments. We've seen that in the past. We were very, very close before the financial crisis in terms of getting marina development in Ramsey. This is private investment coming into the island to provide really good infrastructure. I think what they need from government is the ability to present this to the local population, to get some of the backing that certainly myself and Laurie Hooper are very keen on doing. They've also talked to lots of the other northern MHKs to get that interest behind it. And I think what we can do as politicians is actually help explain the plans, but also scrutinise them so that it actually provides for the people of the island what they need, which is jobs and prosperity.
And would you be giving the planning permission?
Personally, no. We're a way off that yet, because we need to do a lot of work to see whether these plans are suitable for that area, what lies underneath that sand, to make sure that local people are happy with the plans. But certainly, when I've looked at it on paper, when I've seen the presentations, when I've looked at what they've done in the past and what they can do in the future, I'm keen to support this and get the ball rolling in terms of those sort of discussions.
And for people that may have the reaction, here we go again, here's another plan, an idea that's not going to come to fruition, is there a part of reassurance that needs to be put out there to... I mean, how realistic should people take this? Should they say it's going to happen, or is it another thing that could fall by the wayside?
there's always risks involved with such a big infrastructure development. And you're quite right that Ramsey have been here, done that. We've had loads of different developments and planned developments for marinas that haven't come to fruition because there's been objections or because there hasn't been the money. I think local people will get behind this, and I think this is a credible bid and a credible project, which hopefully has got the financial backing to push it forward without depending on government money and with local people's money. So I'm all in favour for starting that process, and let's see where we get to.